Reading music, lesson number 1. Reading music for drums, this is. Okay, so when we read music, and in this case specifically music for drums, we're looking for the information that will enable us to recreate the intended music. So we want to know which drums and cymbals to play, when to play them, how quickly, how loudly, and so on. When not to play them. Each strike of a drum or cymbal is recorded as a note onto the lines and spaces created by a set of 5 horizontal lines called the staff or the stave. There's 5 horizontal lines and we call that either the staff or the stave. Now, to indicate that we're writing music for drums, you might call it notating, you might call it scoring. You have drum score, drum notation. So to indicate that it's music for drums, we write a little clef, what's called a drum clef at the beginning, 2 vertical lines, and they're placed thus on your staff or your stave. I tend to call it the stave, but there we are. Either's fine. You might see old drum music that has a bass clef mark on it. That's fine. That's the old way that people sometimes marked drum music, okay? But generally, if there's no pitch involved, you have this drum clef. Now, if you listen to lots of people talk about drum music, you might hear it referred to as drum tab. That's the same thing, drum music, drum tab. But generally, what we need to see is what it's going to look like once we put some music onto that stave. So something like this, it might look like that, okay? Now, we don't necessarily know what that means because it's just a lot of notes, isn't it? It's a lot of marks, basically. But we're going to find out all about that, so don't worry. That's the first thing you need to know. 5 horizontal lines make up the stave, and we place notes on that stave to indicate what is to be played.